to Dailyish, the show that is Dailyish. I'm Beth.
I'm Ben.
And we want to tell you Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. We will not have a show tomorrow, so we're doing it today so that we can celebrate with you. We figure you'll be on the road or spending time with family anyway, so not enough time to watch a good YouTube video.
No.
But we also thought we needed to give you guys some help. So if you've got a road trip coming up, or you're going by plane, train,
over the river and through the woods.
Yeah. However you're going, you would have something to occupy that time. So we have 10 games. We call them card games, but they could be adapted to play anywhere for the most part. Plane would be a little hard, but be creative.
Be creative.
You never know.
Be creative.
And so that you can help pass the time. So the first game on the list is a game my family played, and it's called My Cows. And this game gets a little complicated, so we're going to have a PDF over on the website that you can download to have the rules so that you can keep up with it. It'll be for all the games, too.
All
but this one, My Cows, is probably the most complicated of all of them.
Right.
And it's one of those that evolved over time, so the rules just kind of grew as we went, and that's why it ended up the way it was.
Right.
But the whole premise is you pass a pasture of cows, and you get to call them my cows. Now, a pasture is considered whatever is fenced in. So if there's 1 cow or 20 cows, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's one fenced in area. That is 1 cow.
1 cow.
So you can have like 4 different fenced in areas in a row and call my cows 4 times and get all 4. If you call it and you find out it's horses, you lose a cow.
Right.
And you can't go negative. Okay, so that's one thing to get. Yeah, you could be negative on this one. So there is a way to like dig a hole that you have to get out of. Or if somebody else calls it first.
Right.
You know, well, you don't lose any cows, but the person who calls it first gets to keep those cows. Then also, if you pass a cemetery,
this is the tricky
This
bit.
is where it starts to get fun. You get to call somebody else in the car and say bury their cows.
Gone.
So they lose all their cows right away. So if you pass a cemetery, but only one person, you don't bury the whole car. You only bury one other player's.
Yep.
Now, if you've only got 2 players, that would be the other person's right there. Now, if you're coming up by a church and you think that there might be a cemetery by that church, and you just want to play it safe, you can say, baptize my cows.
It's bad theology, but it's fun.
Yeah. And by baptizing your cows, you make yourself immune to there being a cemetery.
And only one person can do it.
Yeah, only one person can call it. And then if there is one, nobody can bury their cows. They can bury somebody else's in the car.
Right.
But not yours. So you're safe if you call baptize. So it's kind of that defensive mode right there. It's pretty much the only defensive mood you can have. And the other thing that you can call, and this is like the nuclear option.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
You know, and we've only ever in the history of this game gotten to call it once, okay? Whole time.
Yep.
Is slaughterhouse. So if you see a slaughterhouse and you're the first one to see it and you call slaughterhouse, you get rid of everybody else's in the car's cows.
Right.
And so you're the only one left with cows.
Scorched earth, just gone.
Nobody's left. You pretty much win at that point.
Right.
Now, to kind of keep it fair and moving, we always had it to where if you get out of the car, the game resets.
Right.
So
get out and you make your food stop, gas stop, whatever. Boom.
So that way you don't accumulate too many. Now, it can depend. If you're just going across certain parts of Indiana or Iowa, yeah, that one, kind of gets it. So that's the most complicated game. So the rules will be over there. The next game is license plate sentences.
Yeah, we have fun with that one. It's super easy. You're driving down the road. There's other cars. There's other vehicles. And whatever's on the license plate, as far as letters go, you have to make a coherent sentence out of those 3 letters. So if it says VCM, then 083, the VCM could be very crunchy manicotti, something like that. And it has to make some kind of sense.
You try to make it make sense.
Right.
You know, again, sometimes absurd can be really funny.
Oh, well, sure. But yeah, it can be absurd and still make sense. Right. Yeah. So that's a fun one. It's easy. It's quick. Not a lot of rules. Yep.
Another easy one is sign alphabet game where you just look at the different printed signs. It cannot be on something in the car, but it has to be outside of the car.
Right.
And you work to find the whole alphabet in order. So you first have to find an A, then a B, then a C, so on.
Right.
Now, X really isn't that hard because you see exit a lot.
Right.
But that Q and that Z sometimes can be pretty tough.
Yep, absolutely. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
The next game is bingo cards. Pretty self-explanatory.
Yes, so we had these. You had cows, we had bingo cards growing up. I don't know if you guys had them or not. I guess you can buy them at Cracker Barrel and online now. That's pretty much the only place you can get them. But it's this little, 8x8 card, and it's got these little windows that you can slide up and down, and you find different things along the road, and when you get it, you just slide up that window, and you get, it's bingo.
Bet there's an app for that.
Probably.
We'll look and see if we can find an app, and if we can, we'll find it.
If there's a card bingo app, we'll drop that in there. But that was something my sister and I always played, and then we bought it for our kids so they could play it. So even though it's the same stuff over and over again, if you're going somewhere else, it's a different game every time.
I'm going to let you explain the next one too, because this one's a little more dear to you.
Okay.
And the name is Spot the Picker.
Spot the Picker. So the boys... The boys and I played this one the other day driving through downtown San Diego accidentally. It was not us. So what you do is there's a study that was done, and it's what is the most popular activity when you're driving in your car besides having something with your phone or listening to music. Number one at the top of that list is digging your face in some way. So it could be picking your ear, picking your nose, picking your teeth. You want to spot the picker. People are bored, especially if you're in traffic and there's not a lot going on. People get fidgety and they just start digging. And so we saw a lady sitting on the city bus just a couple days ago, and she wasn't just picking, she was sampling what she found. And that's bonus points right there. Not a great game to play, but sometimes when you're bored, it's just out of necessity.
The next one is, we call it the geography last letter game.
Yes.
And we'll demonstrate because it's a little easier. Basically, I'll say a place, and then Ben has to say a place with the last letter of what I said. And you'll find there are a lot of A's. So like if I say Alaska.
Alabama.
I've got another A. Arkansas.
Sweden.
Nevada.
Athens.
Ooh, we went for the Kentucky one. Schenectady.
Ooh, Yonkers. And so on and so on. Yeah.
So that's how that one plays. It's actually a pretty fun one once you get into it because you can't repeat one.
No. Once it's said, you're done.
Yeah. So then sometimes keeping track of what's been said, it's like, has that been said? I don't know. So if you're very competitive, you might want to turn on voice memo.
There you go.
So that you can rewind and check. Just trying to save you guys from a huge argument in the car too.
I already said Portland.
Yeah.
Well, I meant Maine. Yeah.
The next one is the I'm going on a picnic.
Yes.
The memorization game. So you can explain that one.
Okay, so when you go on a picnic, it's an alphabet-based game, and you just have to try to memorize those items in their alphabet order. So I'm going on a picnic, and I'm going to take an apple. But when she does it, her turn, she has to say she's taking an apple and...
I'm taking an apple and a bear.
Okay, so I'm going on a picnic, and I'm taking an apple, a bear, and croissants.
And you see how that
just
goes.
Keeps going, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to try to remember everybody's and think of your own at the same time.
So if you got a carload of like 6 people or something, you got 6 different people's random thoughts to collect together. That can be a lot of fun too.
The next one, this is another one that Ben has pioneered through the years, and he likes to play this one. We aptly named it the $100 bill game. Now, I'm going to let you know that there have been absolutely 0 $100 bills so far in the $100 bill game.
It has not happened. So, one day it'll happen. I don't know why, but I've always looked to see what's in the emergency lane, especially on the left side emergency lane where all the garbage from the road gathers. And so, you'll see hubcaps and pieces of somebody's bumper and traffic cones or whatever. And so when the traffic is boring, especially if I'm by myself, I just kind of check out and see when the traffic's not moving, hey, is there anything interesting just to look at down there? With the thought of maybe one day I'll see some cash flowing around down there. It's cool. So we call it the $100 bill game, and it's really trying to find the most interesting thing that's not supposed to be there on the side of the road.
Closely related are the winning lotto ticket game.
Right. The bag of gold coins game.
Yeah. You see the theme here. Oh, $1 million necklace game.
That's good. That's good
also
too.
Right there.
Yep.
So to know that one.
Yep.
This next one, I keep saying next one. Our next game, try to mix it up there. We invented with a friend in Missouri, and none of us are from Missouri, so that was even funnier that we were in Missouri all together. And we call this one Yellow Truck.
Yes.
Now, Yellow Truck is when you see a shade of yellow truck. Okay, not green, not orange, not it has to be yellow, truly yellow, and it has to be a good truck. Okay, so something with a bed.
An actual truck frame.
Not like a Sport Ute or something like that.
Nope.
Or a semi counts as well.
Right, especially the ones that are yellow shipping company.
Yeah, we allow those. YRC is yellow
Right.
company.
Even though the trucks are orange, the name is still yellow.
Yeah, it's still a yellow truck.
Yep.
And when you see a yellow truck, what you do is you thumb poke the person next to you. Now, we
Yep.
figured out thumb poking because it tends to not get so hard as an actual poke. It tends to be a little softer, so you don't get as many
The big
hurts.
flat edge of your thumb. The friend that we started this with had fun slugging me when we were playing this too. So keep it friendly, keep it nice. You're gonna be in the car together for a long time. Yeah.
So that's the yellow truck. Now, if he tags me and then I tag him
Right.
afterwards, he then gets to poke me 10 times.
10 pokes. Yep.
Yeah, with the thumb. Yeah.
Yep.
In retaliation.
Yep.
Or if you call something that's not a real yellow truck,
Then you get
the
the
other
10.
person gets to poke you 10 times.
Yep.
So that's how that game works.
That's a fun one.
Right there. And then the last game we have here is a good old standby 20 questions.
Yes.
And you could also even play as a group because there are apps that do this to see who can come up with the craziest thing.
Yeah.
You know, to see if the app can guess what you came up with too. So 2 different versions of that one. So if you want to play any of these games, again, go over to the website. We'll have the link down in the description, and you can download the PDF with the rules on this so you can take it with you.
So if you're
pass the
driving
time.
tomorrow, yep.
So, or if you're even driving later today.
Sure.
Some of you guys are maybe driving today, or you're already there and you're going to have a drive for the way home.
Right.
Yeah, so you'll
Ask
be ready.
Grandma if you can use her old dot matrix printer and print that guy out and take it back with you. Yep.
And we'd love to know what games you've been playing. So if you have a game that is one of your family specialties, put that in the comments below so
Yes.
that we can all kind of share some common knowledge here to help all of us out when your kids are crazy bored. As well as I hope you've enjoyed this video. If
Yeah.
you have, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And click the bell notification
Down
over there
here,
so that
ring
you
the bell.
can know when more videos go up. Our next video will be up on Black Friday, Ben's favorite holiday of the year.
I don't get into that nonsense. Pass.
And we will see you then.
Bye.
Bye.